welcome to the camp page, and welcome to the Relishing Dead podcast, where we devour everything in the TWD universe. I'm Dawn.
Eliza.
I'm Carol.
That's you, Barb.
Hey, Barb.
Barb, my mic never came back on from your countdown.
Oh no,
Barb.
Weird.
So before we get started tonight on episode 5 of Daryl Dixon, we want to talk a little bit about, we are going to do an online auction. We're doing live Friday still, 8 Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on the camp page. But what we're going to do is, we have so many donations, and we are so thankful for that each day we're going to post one on the page. And then what are we going to start the bidding at? 7 a.m., 8.
What did you have? What was it? 9 to 6?
9
Central.
to 6.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Central.
9 to 6 Central. We're going to post the slide and then stop the comments at 6, and whoever wins. Anybody want to add anything to that?
If there's any confusion or anything like that, please reach out and ask for clarity.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah, I made a post on our page, so if you have any questions, you could either contact us through there, or you can personally message one of us.
And this will be on our public Facebook Relishing the Dead page.
Right.
So be sure to go there and be sure to remind your friends and family that the auction is live on Friday night as well.
Yes.
So we're just posting it on the podcast page, not the group page. So it's the podcast page. Are we posting it on the camp page? No.
No.
So it's just going to be on our podcast page. So if you go over there, just give us a like or a follow, and then you'll get the notifications when we post them that day. Okay?
Right. But the auction will be on the camp page Friday night.
Yes.
Right.
We will be live, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern.
And like when I get confused, I always say that it's not where we play the game page. It's the other podcast page.
It's the other page.
The other one.
So Sunday night's episode was Deux, Amours, which is Two Loves.
Mm-hmm.
So this was my favorite one of all. What do you guys think?
Yes.
My favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finally.
Absolutely. It was fantastic.
Finally.
So
And it
Barb,
was really good. Like the time, how they did it.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I really like that. How they just branched it out in different parts.
And we had our Carol come on.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
yeah, it was an amazing episode.
Yes.
So excited for that.
And the walkers and the injection.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
You know,
Love
it was
it.
funny because I paid more attention to all that instead of the scenery this time, because I was getting into the actual episode.
That's good.
Wow. Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
And after Dawn brought it up, there were a lot of callbacks to the original show. I didn't
Mhm.
pay attention to any of them on the first watch, but when she mentioned them and I went back and watched, I was like, holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Delano Foods was the first one. I was like, woo, there it is.
Yeah, Barb's like, oh, I think I'm my man.
I know this one. I know this one with the lights inside the trailers.
And it had the OTWD feel, which I loved.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it did. It did. Well, we ready?
We ready to jump in,
You
Carol?
want to jump in?
Yeah.
All right,
let's
let's jump in. Oh, I just thought this river was beautiful, but I thought it was really just kind of cute just to see him just acting like a kid,
Mhm.
you know, very sweet, saying his prayers, just enjoying nature.
And when you say that, Carol, I was
Mhm.
thinking the second time I watched that was probably the first time he ever experienced that.
Right.
Yes.
Because he was in the Abbey his whole life.
Yes.
So he's never seen stuff like this.
Yes.
This scene made me so happy because I knew instantly that he was back in the United States and that it was a flashback. And I was like, yes, we're finally, I knew that we were getting flashbacks immediately, but I was so excited about this. And I don't know why it was completely stupid, but I was being stupid, but I was just so excited that we were going to see some stuff from the States.
Yeah.
And kind of get a little backstory on how he got to France and get some answers.
But that was the most important part of the most important aspects of this episode was finding out how and why.
Mm-hmm. John Keith said, "Hi, Dawn."
Oh,
Hi.
JT. Hey, JT.
And he's, why the French didn't head to New York City for the walkers. Yeah, Catherine, I have no doubt that they probably did too. I don't think that this is the only port that they have ships going to.
No.
There we go. Here's a callback
Oh, yeah.
during the flashback. Anybody else kind of get this feeling? I know this was on one of the ladies, their flashbacks or their callbacks. They felt this, and I did too. I kind of got that whole claimers feel.
Ooh, Catherine. Good one.
Catherine said that the Dama is connected to Janae. Probably. I would not.
Port. Yeah.
I don't think that that's a stretch, Catherine. I think that that's a good observation.
This is good. That's a great callback.
Yeah. So then we bounce back to the boat and what's going on there. And we have the record player playing music, and we have Aslan talking to Daryl about how long they're going to take. And I caught this screenshot because I thought it was funny that he was explaining to Daryl about the difference in
kilometers.
200 kilometers,
Yeah.
124 miles.
Yeah, and he's laughing and he's going in his brain. He's like, "Stupid American," you know.
Hey, that's how I felt when I would go to Canada. I was like, it would be like 50 kilometers to Winnipeg. I'm like, what the freak is that? I mean, luckily my car at the time I could switch it between, miles to kilometers. And I was like, I'll never figure this out.
Yeah.
I think we are the only country in the world that does not use the metric system.
Yeah. We tried back in the 80s or 90s, but we couldn't grasp it.
For 6 hours.
Yeah.
And like I said, I wrote that down because in the future that will be a trivia question, people.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, because Barb doesn't do anything by chance.
No.
How many miles is 220 kilometers?
124 miles.
Barb will ask that at some point. So Destiny and Catherine both commented that they thought that this reminded them of the music that Sam was listening to. And I almost pulled that picture as a callback because, ladies, it made me think of the same music of the Tiptoe Through the Tulips. So I'm glad that I wasn't alone in that.
Sam was not right.
No. But he is the most underrated character in Anyway.
What?
I can't even say it with a straight face.
Yes, Jason. Aslan is the name of the lion in the Narnia books. That is correct.
You should get an award for being so bad, Sam.
He should. This one, I took the picture of this walker because I thought that this walker on the left was really pretty. Pretty. I just thought he was really pretty. I thought he was just a beautiful walker.
He looked kind of fresh too. Like
yeah, right?
He's fresh and pretty.
And the guys, the teams, they come back and the guy has like 5 of the walkers, and he's depositing them. And then here comes big bad Daryl. And he's got 7 or 8 of these walkers on tow. And of course, Daryl had to show them all up and show us how it's done. So thought that was funny.
He learned that from Herschel on Herschel's farm when they were leading them with the sticks.
Right?
The swamp.
You're the carrot, Rick. You're the carrot.
You're the carrot.
There you go, Barb.
Catherine says it was brilliant for the currency in the apocalypse to be ethanol.
As soon as you started leading those walkers into the trailer with the lights going on, I'm like, yep, identical to the Del Arno foods.
Mm-hmm.
And the wolves.
Right.
And they did something similar to that on Fear the Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
That one group would round them up and put them into trucks. Ben, that's going to be your job in the apocalypse. Round up walkers for the moat.
Right. Right.
I had to rewind this and play it back a few times. I never laughed so hard when he said that to that kid. When he goes,
"Prophet tough, ask the fish."
Life's not fair. He goes, life's not fair. Ask the fish. It's just like no one so quick, nonchalant. Life's not fair. Just ask the fish.
Right. Exactly.
And this is also where Daryl talks about the people that he, or mentions several names of the people that he wants to get back to, his friends, when he's telling Laurent about his friends.
Yeah.
Um,
Water lilies.
Yeah. So the thing the stark differences on where Isabel is with Quinn and where everybody else is, apparently, with all this opulence and stuff like that, is just over the top. And it just reinforces the fact that Quinn is definitely materialistic and thinks that that's what he can do is buy people.
Yeah. Okay. So, Dawn, you've got a good relationship with Melissa at Walking Dead Props. You need to ask her if she found out, because she was selling a small version of the water lilies. So I want to know where it was used at in The Walking Dead, because it's being reused again here in this series.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody somewhere in the original show may have had a copy of it.
Yeah.
I wonder if Gregory did.
You're saying the water lily painting that there it was in The Walking Dead?
Not
but it was
this
a smaller version.
It's a smaller version. So I was thinking like you, Dawn, either Gregory or maybe Pamela Milton or something at the Commonwealth.
And Catherine said that maybe Strand's art collection in Fear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Possible.
I think it was in Noah's house.
Noah's house?
Noah's.
You're just like, where'd that go? Noah's house?
Barb's just guessing. She's just pulling shit out of her ass. Just to...
Barb.
Hey, don't be shocked if we find it there.
I know, right? I know. I
That'd be
started thinking,
hilarious.
I'm like, wait a minute. I know Barb way too well. She probably already knows, damn it.
It was obvious that it was probably a reproduction, I'm sure, but yeah.
So here, Daddy Daryl is trying to school Laurent on how to do certain things to survive.
Doesn't he say in the mouth, out the butt or something like that?
In the butt, out the mouth.
Well, that would hurt. No wonder the fish didn't like it.
Right? It's so not fair. All right. This was another callback that the ladies had mentioned. When she's taking the piece off of the mirror.
Cool.
And she's contemplating how she is going to use it. Vlad the Impaler style. Catherine Durant. Oh, Catherine said because of the fish. Vlad the Impaler style.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that one, Dawn, with the governor.
Yeah.
That's great. Great catch.
Good one.
And here's another one. I love the fact that in the top picture, the top left picture is when Laurent is saying his prayers and he's including all of Daryl's friends.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really, really sweet.
So Dawn, you and Barb both are real big on the watch theory. Do you think it's just a metaphorical aspect of time being truly irrelevant during an apocalypse? Like everybody's got these watches, but they're kind of pointless. Mm-hmm. Or do you think there's something else to it?
No, I think that's a good analogy, kind of like what Dale said in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that you don't remember time, but you can forget it. Mm-hmm. Is that what you're referring to? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the reason when the guy was saying that I forget who it was that wanted it fixed, and then he said, what was it?
No, Aslan with his leader.
Yeah, fix the watch, and it doesn't matter anymore. And then he says he didn't want it fixed, and then he said it took him 2 months to fix it because he said now he has a reason to live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So. Yeah, I'm so mad about this one.
This poor kid. I mean, we knew that he was fodder for sure. As soon as he started bargaining with these guys, we knew something was going to happen. Just nuts.
So you think they killed him just to meet their quota?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think because wasn't it like if one was freshly turned, it was more.
True.
If they got a freshly turned one, I think it was a car, if I'm not mistaken. You know, they were getting gasoline for the other ones, but I think I heard the guy say, I mean, if anybody's in the comments, if they can correct me, but I think he said that a freshman was a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Oh, Isabel. I don't know what she's up to.
This is a good comment from Catherine, a good quote. You guys remember that?
Yes, that's from season 1.
That's
the Dale thing. That's when Dale was talking about his watch.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Aaron said it was a quart of gas.
Okay. Instead of
a car.
Okay.
Okay.
Regina said she can't see the podcast. She said she's been giving up. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, boo.
I'm sorry, baby. And here's this chick.
I knew this was gonna. I thought she was gonna wind up killing. Wasn't expecting the next step.
So if anybody happens to come across these candlesticks at an auction or anything, let me know, please, because I'm really digging those candlesticks.
I got them.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, she. I mean, when he starts coming at her with Bible verses talking about Abraham and his son and sacrificing him and how he was redeemed, I mean, he knew exactly where to hit her to make a point.
Yep. Yep, that was perfect.
Yeah.
Aww.
All right. Oh, poor Daryl. So he's just laying there looking up at the sky, up at the top of the ceiling. And
I like that. Who came back?
Thank you.
Little thought bubble. Who came back?
Yeah. And we will discuss that picture at the end. We will talk about the possibilities of who came back because I have some slides of those. So, and then the walker coming through the plastic. Why a sheet of plastic could stop the walker from walking in?
He wasn't a variant.
It wasn't a variant. I didn't understand that one, but that's okay.
He was a dome walker.
All right, ladies.
Introduce a character, kill him off.
Yep.
I'm telling you, that was just.
Yeah. Kind of knew it was going to happen. Poor Aslan. As soon as I saw this and I saw that walker laying on the ground smoking, I was like, oh no, we're going to lose Aslan because I really like him. Aaron says, haven't you ever got stuck to your shower curtain?
Oh, Lord.
Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate that. Yes, as a matter of fact, I have. That's funny. All right, here we go. Here's the watches again. And we kind of have a glimpse of what the nest looks like because it's engraved on the watch. Barb, you may want to mark your trivia brain for the time that's on the watch of Herschel's.
I can't see it.
I think it's 6:20.
Yeah.
It says.
Or do you maybe think the watch is like the way time used to be, and that's why they hold on to it because of the way the world was?
Yeah. Maybe.
No,
Maybe because it's a callback to something when it was actually a real, when life was the way that it was.
Did you see what time it was in the other watch?
No, I did not see the time in Aslan's watch. I only saw the picture of this one in Herschel's watch.
I think you've got something there, Dawn. It maybe maintaining a sense of normalcy. And that sense of normalcy would be keeping time.
Catherine's going to get specific and say 6:19 was Herschel's watch. And I would agree with you. 6:19.
All right. There you go, Barb.
Like at the bank in Dead City was 4:20.
There you go.
That's funny.
Oh.
Okay. I know somebody's got some comments about this scene.
It's funny because like I'm on my phone and the pictures are so small that Lavrant on the bottom left really quickly looked like Maggie. Sorry.
That's okay.
Like, what's Maggie doing up there?
So Daryl is holding up the rope that the boat was tethered to, and he sees that it's been cut, and he knows who's done it.
I think I would have been as mad as hell as he was.
Yeah, and he goes off on him. Of course, I think I think that Daryl realizes that, after his tirade of being so angry and everything, I think Daryl kind of reminds himself, oh shit, this is how my dad was.
Yeah. And what was it you said about it, Dawn?
I don't think it was me. It might have been Barb.
Barb, about the callback comparison that maybe made him realize.
I'm drawing a blank.
Well,
What happens when you're tired? What?
That Judith had said the same thing to him. And
Oh yeah. In the woods. Yeah, she didn't want to tell him that Michonne went to go look for people and help because she was afraid he'd go and go find them and leave her too.
right.
So that's why Laurent sabotaged the boat because he didn't want to lose Daryl. Same kind of conversation. Yes. Sorry, I drew a blank.
That's all right.
This was my callback.
Oh wow.
It reminded me of when Eugene sabotaged the bus because they were getting closer to the destination and he didn't want to be exposed as a liar. So we've got two people now in the callbacks. We've got Judith and we've got Eugene. Both of them have sabotaged or done something because they are afraid of something happening.
Yeah. It looks like she's holding a pregnancy stick.
I got this callback because Dawn had mentioned this one to me about who it reminded her of. Dawn, can you see those pictures?
Yes, Beth. Is that what it is? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And there must be something else with her for her to have all these scars that I wonder what her internal battles are.
Yeah.
She may have been a cutter as well.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Not just a suicide attempt, but she may have been a cutter.
Yeah. So remind me when she gets this little piece of note, the cook or the lady that's there, she talks about the eggs and she said she got them from a friend. And so I guess ploying her that she had a message for her or something.
Yeah.
I wonder if that came from the pigeon.
Pigeon eggs.
Holy crap.
Like something's in that letter or that thing where the pigeons got loose, that it came there and they got one and there was something sent.
So that would make sense because we have a slide later on. Mm-hmm. And when we get to that slide, I'll make the connection.
Because she doesn't look very, I don't remember, was she, in this picture, she doesn't look very relieved at whatever the message is.
Right.
Kind of like if the pregnancy test was positive. So I'm wondering if it was maybe somebody in Falu's group that was betraying them all along.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. That's great, Dawn. I never would have thought that.
I didn't even make that connection. That's fantastic. We got Daryl and Laurent. They're on the road. They hear the truck. Laurent drops a bunch of stuff. And this is Daryl hiding. And of course, I took this picture because it's a gratuitous Daryl shot for Destiny and Regina.
Weren't you surprised that they just didn't run?
Yeah. I was. Now we have a flashback.
Yeah.
Oh, and look who is tethered to the other walkers. We got the poor little kid. And Daryl's pissed and starts a fight. Every time.
Every time. And that's what gets him on the boat.
So then we have the I can't even pronounce the Guerrero or whatever they are showing up, and they see Laurent's stuff. So this bothered me because Daryl is a tracker. He's a hunter. He knows how to be quiet. He's sneaking up against this guy, and the first thing he does is be all noisy.
That's what I thought.
Right? So I don't know what that was about. Was Daryl trying to get caught? I don't know.
He lost his skills.
And then Laurent shows up and tries to save him, and now they're both captive.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, we go back to Quinn trying to buy people with stuff. And this is what I was going to say would tie into that pigeon note, Dawn. Maybe the pigeon note was from Falou, letting her know that he was going to be, her and Sylvia or whatever her name is, and their group were going to be at this gathering and to somehow get to this place as well. I'm not sure. Oh, yay, Regina's back in. Hi, baby.
Good. Huh. Okay. Well, that's a good idea.
You know, so I didn't even make that connection until Dawn said something about the pigeon note. So maybe that was that.
Well, I would rather it be something like that as opposed to her finding out that somebody's betrayed, within that group.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. And then there's Janae with Quinn and Isabel being all smiley and gross.
Ah, my Judas kiss.
There it is. The Judas kiss.
Yeah, the Judas kiss.
And can we just note that Quinn is discreetly flipping off Janae in this whole conversation? He's like, yeah, I can explain that.
Fuck you. So, do you guys think she's going to turn Quinn? Like make him a zombie before he dies?
I don't know.
Well, that would be an interesting twist if they're able to actually turn people before they die. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the injection.
That would be a crazy part of the experiment.
Wow.
Because if she's able to think about it, if she's able to create these experiments where they give super strength to the dead, what would it do to people who have cognitive abilities, giving them that super strength?
I don't know. Hey, Bougie is here tonight. Hello, Bougie.
Hey, girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Reunited once again.
And wasn't it just before this, or maybe it's after it, she talks about the Sixth Republic. So that immediately made me think of the Civic Republic, the CRM. They're got to be connected. There is a connection. It's a global group.
Yeah.
And we just don't know who the head of the global group is. It may be Lieutenant Bill, but this is far bigger than her or Kublik.
Yeah. Another flashback. They are
walkers.
Yeah, they're separating the walkers.
Fast feed.
Well, it's like they're feeding the walkers. That way they're all big and strong. So when they inject them, that's how I got it.
Ew.
So, and that one down above, it's like, don't feed them so they're faster.
Yeah, maybe.
Faster and hungrier.
And we get a glimpse of how Daryl escapes in the lifeboat.
You think it took them that long to get the boats off the Titanic?
No.
I mean, come on.
All right. Dude, you never try to take Daryl's vest. It never ends well. Ever. And that's exactly what this guy tried to do. And
Yeah.
we know that Daryl ended up getting his vest back very quickly.
Dwight took it too, didn't he?
Dwight took it. That's why I have the call back there with Dwight
Yeah.
in the vest.
Oh, hell, I thought that was Daryl.
No, it's Dwight. It's Dwighty boy.
No, he's not part of the Monroe family.
No, he is not. Yeah, Destiny. I loved it when he got his vest back too. Daryl always gets his vest back.
Yeah.
So Janae, in her Nazi-like way, yeah. So I thought it was interesting, and I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but in her speech, every time she would say a certain thing that kind of applied to Daryl, the camera would shoot to Daryl.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was interesting because, you know, it was deprived of the people that we love. So Daryl's been deprived of the people that he loves because he's, number one, he's in France and he can't get to them. Yeah. Somebody snorted. Eliza, you snorted.
No, it was Dawn. That was
Oh,
Dawn.
was it Dawn? Dawn snorted. Regina pointed it out. And Daryl, this is the flashback up there in the left-hand corner. In the name of all those we lost, Daryl has lost a ton of people. We know this. This walker that killed the guy that was helping him was very, very cool. I really thought that he was super creepy and he was fast.
Definitely. I mean, this is what we saw on that experiment episode, but now you can really see it. So it's like something in the clavicle or directly into their neck is where they're doing those injection areas.
And that's why I left the translations down there, because I thought they were very poignant. Like, you know, they were very indicative of that particular shot.
And we don't know exactly what they're injecting him with yet, do we?
No.
Steroids, metabolic steroids.
I mean, do they say that?
No, I'm
Yeah.
just bullshit.
She's guessing.
I'm just bullshit.
Hell if I know. Whatever works.
It works. Yeah.
So the picture on the left I picked because Destiny and Regina needed a gratuitous shot of Daryl and all his buffness.
All his buffness.
You know. But I love this image on the right of Daryl jumping from the platform onto the lifeboat. It was very action figure-y, you know, very John Wickish, I guess.
Movie worthy.
So yeah, so we know that that's what he ended up doing is he jumped ship to get onto the lifeboat, which is kind of crazy. I tried to zoom in on these and I couldn't really tell if it was Daryl, if it was Norman himself doing this stunt.
Probably not.
Probably
No,
not.
he can't run.
Yeah. I know he can't run. You're right. Because we've seen that in several episodes.
I'm going to say no after his accident on set.
I was going to say he can't even stand on top of an ambulance.
Yeah. I mean, I've read some interviews that he did after that accident, and he was scared to death he was going to die from that fall.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
Yeah. He was bad. That's a good shot. Hannibal Lecter.
So here we have Bane Walker. Come at me. If this isn't Bane Walker, I don't know what is, man. They pumped him full of juice and he went absolutely freaky.
Yeah.
And it's creepy how the eyes change.
Oh,
Yeah.
very demonic.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the exorcism of the zombies.
Ah, right. Right. Because his eyes go black.
I mean, like bad.
Yeah. That was crazy how he got just juiced up, man.
And you know, Daryl was just sitting there thinking, what the fuck?
Yes.
What is this?
This is Bane Walker, man.
That was my like mini callback with the axe that he has. Reminds me of Jerry's axe.
Mm-hmm. And it's very reminiscent of Jerry's. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
And Janae sitting up there on that throne, just looking all creepy and evil.
But doesn't that remind me Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said she just needs an eye patch.
Yeah. And doesn't it remind you of the gladiator days? We know
Uh-huh.
where they would sit up there and watch, and everybody's around cheering and jeering. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to give her an eye patch now, Dawn. She might be,
Well,
Brian's long lost French cousin.
what did you call her? Governor 2.0 or something like
Yeah.
that?
Look at that. Jerry has a bigger one. That's what she said.
That's right. Size matters, Benny. Okay, so let's talk about the phone call. Now that we've talked about the episode, let's talk about this phone call. Let's get into that about
Who
who
would be?
we think did Carol say came back.
Rick.
I'm
Dawn?
hoping it's Rick, but I'm having different thoughts.
Yeah, a lot of people, when you hear other people talk about stuff, it's interesting.
To me, there was too much like hesitance or pensiveness in her voice about it when she said it. And I think there would have been something like, oh, by the way, Rick came back, a little bit of elation in her voice. So it's either something bad or someone that we didn't want to necessarily come back.
Well, she probably feels bad to telling him that because that's where he's going to find Rick. So, I'm sorry you're stuck in France, but Rick's here.
Well, I
I
read
don't know.
something too on the Rick and Michonne series when they ended filming it. They said that there was something that happened, like it was shocking, and they said it would make you cry or whatever from the script. So I'm wondering, did something happen when somebody came back? Did somebody not come back with them?
Ah, okay.
So like one at Rick or Michonne dies.
Yeah.
I got
I had heard
Well, they're
too
going to kill Rick off.
Well, no, I had heard that Michonne was going to have to kill Rick.
Yeah.
Well, then somebody was saying something about the comics where Rick had to kill her. And what was Andrea at the time.
Right.
But she was bit and turned, and he ended up having to end her. So they said that maybe they're going to get the comic version of that with Michonne.
Well, I'll tell you this, I will riot if Rick doesn't see his family before they kill him.
I agree.
So here's a couple of options. Here's the top. I will give you guys the top three. So we have Morgan, of course, because we know that Morgan is on his way from Fear. He's already said that he said that in the last episode that he was heading back. And Dwight and Sherry, we know that they have also talked about returning because they have unfinished business with Negan.
But they're still in Fear for season 2 for the final season.
So we know that.
Yeah.
So then the other one is oh wait. No, sorry, you guys. Is
that your phone?
Sorry, you guys aren't meant to see those pictures. Oh, damn it. Not those either. I'm so sorry about that. Oh, shoot.
Go back a slide. I want to see the one on the left again.
Oh, no, not that one either. I am so sorry, guys. This is absolutely terrible of me. I can't believe that he's made that into it. Okay, that's better. There we go.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. That
the
was
man,
fantastic.
the myth, the legend, Rick Grimes is the last one.
Take a bow, Carol.
Thank you. I mean, let's give credit where
That's the one. What has he got in front of him? What is that?
it is a bust.
Beethoven.
It's a bust. Thank you. I mean, can we just take a moment and
I think my
appreciate-
face is red.
So funny. Oh my God, that was classic.
Yeah.
That was classic.
Oh, mercy. I'm sorry. We're on a podcast. We got all right. So yes, we're appreciating.
Get help. Samara says, "Get help."
Ricky Doo-Dah Grimes.
So there we have it.
I think we should talk about Destiny.
Boom.
Destiny had a really great
One
theory.
more time, ladies, shall we? Hello.
God.
Okay. All right. We're
I
done.
said boom, shakalaka boom.
So Destiny had a really great theory. She said, what if Carol said Ezekiel's cancer's back or the cancer's back? Which, AMC doesn't do anything by chance. And when she said that, she also commented, he's one of the ones that Daryl mentioned when he talked about his people and his friends back. And of all people in the whole Commonwealth, of all people, he mentioned Ezekiel. So Destiny, she might be onto something there, or maybe Carol said the cancer's back or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like if she said Ezekiel, we would have heard.
Yeah, but if she just said the cancer's back. Yeah. And then I had heard someone else say maybe Heath, but
I don't think it's.
I don't think so.
I don't think she'd waste airwaves for that.
No, I don't either.
No. But that was a great Rick tribute.
I think because we're talking about Daryl Dixon, next time you're going to have to do the Daryl Dixon one.
Look, there's already several ladies in the comment. My Regina is going, yeah, we need some more Daryl like that. Woo, I'm over here.
I know, I heard you. It's hot over here.
I am so going to get you guys a stand-up cutout of him in that red underwear.
Look, I mean,
like the one with the bust in front of him.
We're in the middle of a Daryl Dixon series, okay? I mean, where else are we going to be able to have a moment to take and just go and appreciate the man, the myth, the legend? That's all I'm saying. Icon, right?
Yes.
We now need to be in control of these slides, Dawn. I don't know. We got to put a stop to this.
I'm out of control.
We're going to be knocked off the air for pornography.
She had said something about a fight scene like 2 episodes ago. She was going to put like the Batman bubbles, kapow, pow.
I did. I'm like, I want the kapows and the zoinks and stuff.
Zoink, Scooby.
That's funny. Well, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed that montage.
That was fantastic.
So
it was great.
For a minute there, I didn't think it was playing. I'm like, oh wait, it's Carol.
Oh. Just like AMC, honey.
I really think it's Morgan or Rick.
Yeah. I agree.
So Catherine says, I still say Jeanette is having her scientists activate more of the walker's brains. The shot seemed to inflate the veins on its brain.
I would agree. And we know from Jenner that when the normal walkers, when the people normally transition to that, all it does is it activates the stem at the base of the brain.
And you know what? I looked that up when we were talking about that. The base of the brain is also the location of the hippocampus, and that's where your hunger things are at. So that could be why that's all they do is want to eat. Even when they're gorged, they still eat.
Right. Yeah, I would agree with that. That's interesting. So maybe they are trying to access more brain power for these walkers. I don't know. I mean, we already know variants.
So they're using the walkers to be able to get resources from other,
and what better army?
Yes.
And when we've seen these previews for Fear that's coming up, Troy has built an army of walkers. And there's one shot on one of the trailers where they like pull up with looks like a U-57 boat, a U-boat, where they let down the bottom and all the walkers come out. So I'm like wondering, okay, is he in with the CRM now and he's got variant walkers that he's able to kind of manipulate around as well? That's going to be interesting to see if we see them.
I mean, what's the end game though? Who are they conquering? Like 2/3 of the world is already dead. Yeah. That's what I'm not understanding is why are they building these armies and what's the purpose? The 3/4 of the world is already conquered. It's already dead. So
yeah.
Who's left?
I don't know unless it's like I said, the resources. I don't know. Kind of like how Virginia wanted the resources there when she came in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When she took over like Tank Town and
yeah.
Right.
They're just like Negan on steroids. I want all your shit, not just half of it.
Not just half of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear Negan. See, I only wanted half.
That's right. Exactly. They
not so bad.
They want all y'all shit.
Yeah, I'm not a bad guy. That's funny. I'm
Pamela
looking
says
at
the
the comments.
CRM wants to reduce the population even further to save resources.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, they want to take America, is what Catherine Duran says. But I mean, if
At
we've
least-
got CRM here,
At least the Croat, he figured out how to use them to make methane for power.
and
I just want them around my castle.
right.
So I'm wondering if they're coming to New York on the boat to get that from the Croat.
Oh,
Oh,
hmm.
interesting. Well, we haven't ran into that other villainous woman in Dead City yet. When she was talking to what's his name, Pearlie, about and she said, "Tell me more about this methane."
Oh, yeah, right. From Babylon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I don't think that everybody is. They're learning about these different techniques slowly from different places. So I'm wondering how that's going to play out.
It's conquer or be conquered, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, evil comes out, when this kind of stuff happens, and people show their true colors for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's kind of crazy.
All right.
So what's after Daryl next week? What do we got after Daryl is Fear?
Did it seem like a longer episode, or did you guys know it was a longer episode than usual?
It felt a little longer, but I don't know.
Okay.
I think there was just so much in it. I think there was just so much in it. It just kept us on our edge of our seats the whole
Every
time.
time I thought it was going to end, it didn't, and there's more to it. So I was like,
Yeah.
well, this is going on for a while.
So Regina says Fear starts October 22nd.
Okay.
So we've got a little bit of a break. Dawn, you've got a special guest coming on the 23rd, right?
Yeah, Judy's coming to talk about the Page House, the Farrell House.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
And Friday night, I think we have something going on. What we got?
Something little.
Nothing little? Anything special happening Friday night, girls?
The auction.
Yay, we're super excited about the auction.
We got some really cool stuff this time too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we're already fighting over it. So
Yeah.
y'all better get your checkbooks out, get your credit cards out.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be on like Donkey Kong.
And for anybody who wasn't here earlier, like Dawn said in the beginning, that we're doing some online ones because we have so much. We probably go like 5-6 hours. So we're trying to cut it down and put some online. So they're on our podcast page. So get in there, keep your eye out, like, share, bid.
Yep. On our main page, we will have one item every day that will be up for auction for approximately 8 hours. And we'll post the picture, and everybody will need to put their bids in the comments underneath that picture. And once 6 p.m. rolls around Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, the bids will be cut off. And then the next day we will start a new item, and I'll post the picture every morning. And it starts tomorrow morning. I will post a picture of an item that will be up for auction, and you guys can bid on it. Make sure that you go to our main page and post your bids in the comments.
Yeah. And if you have any questions, reach out to any of us. And it's going to be the same thing. If you win, you will pay Joe directly, and we will put a link in at the time. We will probably DM you once you win his PayPal. But please be sure, even if you join us on our online stuff, be sure you join us Friday night. Share, bring your friends. If you've got friends who like Walking Dead junk, be sure to join us.
Yeah, and if you're in any groups that have Walking Dead groups and you want to share it in there, that's a good place too.
Yep. Just direct them to our main page for Friday night so that they can go there for the auction. Not our main page, the camp page on Friday night, right?
Right, the camp page on Friday. And I
Our
posted
main page for the daily stuff.
Yeah, and I posted in the comments just now the link to our main page. So if you're not a follower, you can hop on there and follow, and then invite your friends and share it around as well.
Yep. Share it to all your groups and stuff that you're in so that we can make sure that we make the auction work and be a really good experience for Chris and Joe, because they're really going to need it. So
And I think Chrysalis is back in New Mexico.
she is.
Mexico.
Yeah, she is. I think she's back, and she's back at it. She's fighting the good fight, baby. And if Chris fights, we fight.
That's right. That's right.
So
Well, I
And
love
make
you
sure
guys.
if you do bid on anything and pay, send friends and family, please. We said
Yes.
had issues with that last time.
Yes, thank you for that reminder, and we will say that multiple times next on a Friday night.
right. So
Hey.
Dawn, here you go.
Thank you to our Patreons and financial supporters. Destiny, Terry and Kay, Sandy Morrison, Lauren Perkins, Ben and Melissa Gilbert, Pamela Blatz, Mary and Craig, and Dustin Baker. And a very special thank you to Oscar and Casey, our camp mommy and poppy. We appreciate them letting us use the camp page for the Daryl Dixon show and for our auction. And
And
then,
just a reminder, oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead. I couldn't read it anyway.
No, I was just going to say, just as a reminder, after this last episode of Daryl Dixon, we will be going live only from our page until the Rick series begins in January or sometime in spring of 2024.
Yeah.
So you'll want to be sure you follow us, like us on our page.
Yep. And mainly because the camp is gearing up for the camp in 2024, and they're going to be making their announcements and stuff. And we don't want to crowd up the page with our stuff so that they can get all their announcements out and have them be seen. So
that's right. Well, we got lots of places where you can find us.
Yep. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. We've got merchandise and a Patreon. And Dawn, why do they want to be Patreons?
Well, the reason why they want to be Patreons is because we do awesome stuff for our TWD family and community. So if you are a Patreon, we do a drawing once a month. You get a prize, and then it gives us the chance to give back to Chrysalis and Joe in their time of need. It helps us, like we're going to be helping Judy with the Page House. So it just gives us that opportunity. So if you want to be part of that opportunity, join the Patreon.
All right. And what's the Page House, Dawn?
The Farrell House.
Yes.
Are we thinking about maybe watching that episode before we talk about before we have Judy on, or when we have Judy on? I think that'd be awesome.
Be a good idea.
I think it'd be awesome. Yeah. And we'll post it what we're going to watch so you guys can watch it with us.
Yeah. When is Judy going to be on?
Supposed to be the 23rd when we get back from the Lexington Scarefest.
Oh, you're going to Scarefest? Oh, how exciting. Who's going to be at Scarefest, Dawn?
Somebody that Carol likes, I think.
Me.
Greg Nicotero.
Barb.
Yes. And
Tom Savini.
Right. What is your goal when you go to Scarefest?
Camp.
That's right. Got to get Greg Nicotero to that camp, baby.
We're going to try to get Emily Kenny and Chad Coleman too.
Absolutely. That would be fun.
Yes.
Especially Chad Coleman. That would be really cool.
Well, Emily could sing to us.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Oh,
all right,
and
girls.
real quick, the last thing is if you guys know who Regina Lawson is, she's my person, and Regina's birthday is on Wednesday. So we want to give a big shout out to my person, Regina. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Regina.
We love Regina.
We love her.
Yes.
She's our little red dynamite package.
She is. She is.
Our Vixen.
Our Vixen.
All right. Well, we love you guys.
All right.
We'll see you we'll see you Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night.
All right.
My light died. My light died.
You like that?